All right, mine's on.
Mine.
Twitch. We're just gonna check voices. Everybody talk. Everybody talk here for a moment. Say something.
Checking. Meltor is checking in.
Hello.
Test.
Arbsman. Test.
Bing bong.
Are you watching it on the stream?
It's not live yet on my end.
It takes a minute.
Yeah,
There we go.
Okay, yeah, I just got the live. We're checking the sounds. Once we...
Let me go over here.
Test.
Testing.
Hello. Check.
Yeah, it's sounding good. So I think we should get going. You guys ready?
So far.
All right, yo, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Bronze Tacos Halo Championship League. I am your host, Sharbot, and we are here for the semifinals of the hashtag F Vegas tournament. Yes, that's right. I'm here standing in his place. Vegas himself, he had to take a knee this week. He's out on what we're gonna call a Halo injury. He did send us his regards and asked me to read this message, and I promise you it is very short. Good luck to all the competitors this week on your way to second place. Love, Vegas. In parentheses, the champ. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no mystery that the champ is here. He's here to stay, and you can never take away. He is the first champion of the Bronze Tacos Halo League. With me in the booth tonight, former competitors in this tournament. Maltor, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Got some steak up to my forehead, cleaning my wounds here. But
Yeah,
first
it was a pretty bad beatdown last week, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah. But I'm here for it.
Okay. Well, we hope you heal physically and emotionally quick. Also in the booth tonight, Arbsman, how you doing?
How's it going? Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. Remind me, did you compete in this tournament?
Barely. I did.
Barely. Tell me about it real quick. What was your match like?
So I had the Impaler first round.
Yeah, Impaler in the chat saying he's gonna get this bread. But you know, do you have a response to that? Because it seems like it's a shot at you.
He did have me 8-0, and it didn't even look like I had any thumbs the first 5 minutes of the game. I'll be interested to see. I think these two guys are potentially on the same team. Is that correct?
Well, we've got Charm versus Impaler and Checks versus Killswitch tonight.
Okay.
Between those two,
three of them are on the same team.
Three of them are on Team Fear, I believe.
Team Fear showing up.
So I got the Gatorade out, ready to watch these sweats get at it. So.
Well, I'm really happy to have you here. Also in the booth, Rosalani. Rosa, you're here with us, right? Yeah. How are you feeling about this? Are you excited for tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially since I'm friends with H2 Killswitch, so I'm excited to see how he does.
Oh, you
else
got a dog in this race, huh?
Yeah, that's the horse I'm betting on.
Yeah, that's not shade at all. Killswitch, just to confirm. All right, thank you.
Sounds like a lot of pressure right there on Killswitch.
Yeah, Killswitch. Already we're putting some money on Killswitch. And finally in the booth as well, the owner of Bronze Tacos himself, Vinyl Punk.
Hello.
Man, a few words. Why didn't you compete in the tournament, Vinyl? Hard-hitting questions here. Yeah, that's correct.
That's my excuse.
That's correct, and that is a very noble cause.
Well, I knew the only person in the tournament I would have been able to beat is you.
Yes,
So...
yeah, confirmed. Hard confirm there. And if you weren't here last week, I got obliterated. I got obliterated. and I think I was either tied or maybe second place on the worst showing of the tournament. But what's great about this tournament is all skill levels are welcome. All skill levels have fought. No man is equal in this tournament, and we have made it from almost 20 competitors down to the top 4. Our first match tonight is going to be Charm versus Impaler. The rules tonight, the semifinals will be 2 games, each best of 3. So the first to 2 points is going to advance you to the next round, the finals, which, Maltor, just confirm, is that a best of 5?
Yep.
Yeah, so we've got 2 best of 3s tonight, followed by 1 best of 5 to get you into that second place and eligibility for the title fight at a later date against our reigning champion, Vegas Decepticon. Anybody ready? Anybody last words before we get into this this melee?
I believe
I think I'm good.
Killswitch is the he's trying to keep a Team Fear final, I believe. So that's not this game, that's the next one, but I know there's a lot right on that for him, so.
Mm-hmm. Be interesting to see how that goes.
He switched. Take all of Fear down. Let's go, Switch.
Yeah, it is Killswitch versus Team Fear tonight in a way. If he advances to the finals, he is going to have to face somebody from Team Fear. So he's facing Checks in the first round. But if he makes it to round 2, it's going to be Charm or Impaler, and we're going to find out who that's going to be here in a moment. Each game itself is going to be first to 10, and this is a best of 3. So I think if we're ready from our competitors, we will get started here and we will roll along.
Let's get
Slayer map is queued up. We're on our way to Bazaar.
Serious bragging rights
Bragging rights.
amongst
That's
Team
right.
Fear.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's for sure.
To catch up on chat here, yeah, there's definitely some talk about Impaler has a lot of support in the chat. He's in a way wishing Charm the best of luck. I don't know, like, has anybody gone up against Team Fear or played with them recently?
Not recently, no, but from what I have played, they're crazy.
This is it. Impaler takes off running immediately. He's looking to engage early.
He's definitely gonna go for the power weapons out the gate. That's what he does.
Okay, Impaler grabs the spanker and launches one off, kills Charm immediately. Now he did grab that off the platform without ever leaving the lower level with the grapple. And that's some high level stuff. You know me, I'm still learning how to navigate these maps and learn where these weapons are.
Oh, dude, I'm
No,
the same way.
My
Inspiring
grapple
game.
can be so cracked. You can pick up the flag with it, you can pick up power weapons.
He gets the kill with the follow-up shots, but he does land some big-ass damage with that second rocket.
There's 2 confirmed kills in the pocket. Pretty soft for the shotgun though, that's gonna be a one-hit melee.
Well, Impaler does make it away from Charm. Back to full
I will
health.
say that's what he did when I played against him. And I didn't realize that it's too late. He doesn't necessarily like the VR and V1s as much. He likes to get you with the power weapons.
Yeah, he
You'll
likes to
notice
dominate
him
the
run
map with
on
the
that,
power
I believe.
weapons. Okay, that's really we're gonna follow along with that and see how much strategy he does get the grenade out on him. Impaler's back to
He's
full
playing
health,
for
gets
his
away.
life quite a bit. He is running and trying to make sure he has the advantage. That's awesome.
Yeah, an up-close shot and a follow-up punch, takeout charm. It's now 3-0 Impaler here in the very first game of the night. Got
You're gonna
23
notice he uses
viewers.
those. You're gonna notice he uses those dynamo grenades almost as a power weapon within themselves.
Right, it's just extra damage. That's the name of the game, is trying to just break your shields.
Yep.
That's right. I think he's still really playing a very aggressive and very dominant type of play style here. He's on the move. He's got him in his sights. Gets the 4th kill
Okay,
here
nice.
inside on Charm.
He
Let's do
forces
a
the
clean up
game
on
to his
Charm.
advantage. Interesting.
There's two mindsets. You can play aggressive and try to take the game, or you can have them play to you. I think it's winning in his aggression right now.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a mental game going on here because these two are teammates. You definitely don't want to lose to your teammate because you know you're going to hear it on the chat, and he does get on the he does get halfway to victory there with another up close. Impaler's really like making sure that when he engages, he's going for the kill or he's leaving. He's not playing. He grabs the spanker once more with the grapple. Charm's got eyes on him. He's got him down to very low health. He's not following up with the kill while he's vulnerable though. Oh, and he gets it. He's on the board. Charm.
And he's gonna take those rockets.
Yeah, the
Charm's
dude
taking the
getting a
rockets.
lot of love for the grapple and the rockets in the chat, and I gotta say, like, I've never seen anyone do that in this game. It's inspirational.
Oh.
It's now 6-1. Another confirmed kill. He really does. I try to do that when I play Halo. I really try and follow up with that final punch, because it can make or break an engagement.
Got some support from Mrachecks over here in the chat.
That's right. With a long range rocket.
And he's gonna
Didn't
pick up
even
the
see him coming.
overshield.
Okay,
That's
this man
deadly.
is stacked and ready to rock. I think he's gonna take these next three kills without
These
much trouble.
are some kind of tactics that you can use even in your regular multiplayer gameplay that you just have. This is map control. This is all it is. He's got the power weapons, he's got the overshield, and he's forcing Charm to come to him. You know.
He hasn't had one really one-on-one where he had to beat him with the battle rifle. He's literally just
He's tracking him down. When Charm started running, he immediately engaged and followed him. Impaler really just did not let him get out of the sights, and that's kind of the difference that I was commenting on. Charm has gotten 1 kill because he really got up in his face when he got low health. It's 9-1.
Was
very
Impaler
nice.
gets another kill inside. Very nice. Okay, game 1 in this best of 3. It's 9-1.
And there it is.
Now- and now
Impaler is up.
Impaler has taken it.
It's like he knew where he was going to be at all times.
Mm-hmm. Alright. The next map we got for them is going to be on Recharge. Let me get that set up here.
I'm going to make sure, chat, you put hashtag FVegas.
Yeah,
Gotta keep that spirit alive.
Let's get some. So after this first match, has anyone's anticipation gone up even more? I did not expect such a runaway in this very first round here. What did you guys think? Was that surprising?
I don't know,
I wasn't
because...
surprised. Charm's really good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But every team has their Slayer. And like you saw, he just had the whole control down.
Yeah, that's a great point. That might change my perspective on this game too. Like when you're running in a 4-stack, do you typically have someone who is your front line? He's like your Slayer. He's in the face, and then have people, set up towards the back? How do you guys play?
It depends on the game mode, really.
I hold the ball and get the flag.
I'm the Slayer for my team usually between me and Vegas, or if we get sometimes Killswitch will hop in and play with us. He's definitely a Slayer. So judging by the way Impaler's playing, I'm really curious to see if they match up.
It's just a different type of game.
Grab the sword for this map.
1v1 is just a completely different type of game than you can be an awesome team player and just absolutely be terrible 1v1 if you're not ready for it. Impaler obviously he's very good 1v1. He's very aggressive straight out the gate, and he grabs and controls the map and the weapons, and he's done that. He did that to me. He also did that. He did that to Crazy Rock. Wasn't he up like 8-1 or 8-2 or something in that game? Did the same thing. Crazy Rock ended up. Yep, and then Crazy Rock eventually came back. And it was a nail biter at the end. And he just did it right there against Charm. So we'll see if Charm adjusts the second game.
Yeah, and the second game is going to be on Recharge. We are in the first game of the night. Round 1 went to Impaler 10-1 over Charm. He needs another round to advance to the semifinals here.
Yep. Now if Charm goes and takes this one back, we'll go to a game 3, and I've already got a map set up for that as well.
Slay.
But I mean, he's gonna really have to take back the map if he's gonna be able to pull this back.
It's gonna be interesting because this is feels like a bigger map.
Mm-hmm.
Than some of the other
It feels
ones.
like it, but there's a lot of tighter corners all the way around with a giant kill box in the center. See that mangler?
Impaler starts this match engaging from the high ground. It does look like both of them were really trying to play near the overshield.
Impaler.
And going for that sword.
We might see some sword kills tonight. Impaler has the sword in the back pocket.
Bastion of Halo.
The Bastion of Halo.
Yeah.
It is, straight up.
So out in your pugs and stuff, is there, typically are they turning off
Wow.
swords or? Oh, and
Stuck
he gets the stick medal on Charm.
That was awesome. I don't know if it's necessarily turned off. I think it's kind of one of those things where if you're going to use it, let's use it. But if you end up dying with it, now that's on the field and you just brought it right to the enemy,
Yeah, and honestly, to go back about 10 seconds, what a stick is what's lighting up the chat right now. And I completely agreed. He landed that stick from probably what looked like a good 20 feet away. Impaler's being very methodical about holding high ground. He's got the sword out. He's ready to engage. Cuts him across the face, but he does get a trade on it.
Nice.
Charm is on the board. He's only down by 2.
So what are your thoughts on the sword final?
I love it. If I can get it.
It's probably my favorite part of Halo, to be completely honest. Like, I think the sword is really awesome.
I mean, it's a classic. I mean,
It's a power weapon.
yeah, it's a classic
Yep.
Halo power weapon. It's the energy
It
sword.
looks really cool in Halo. It like the way that it is, like the blade itself, like looks like it's not even there.
Ooh.
Okay.
That was
We'll see.
He's up by 3 here, 4-1. This is round 2 of game 1 here in the semifinals.
I will say the sword on this map in Oddball is a little OP. It's just
Very much.
it's a little much. You get it back here in these around the attic, and you get the ball up there, and it's a
The
little over the
lunges
top.
so
That
far
is 4 rockets in adoration, though. That's a little crazy.
in quickly, yeah. You got 8 lives, and that rocket will clean up half of them. Coming for the
Oh, Charm.
zipline sword.
Charm
It's good.
gets
good
a
kill.
really accurate shot.
That's been my go-to if I'm running pubs. It's zipline sword, because if you can't get it with the lunge, that zipline can carry you so far. I'm trying to go for the stick here. Missed it.
Sword to charm.
Yep. Oh, but I got it back. He's gonna take it back.
Got him back. And he's gonna get that sword.
Nice.
Impaler closing the distance here.
That was some prediction right there, but missed it. Cleaned up the sword anyway, though.
A follow up with the sword, 6-2.
Just sitting there waiting for that zipline to cool down.
A lot of people might not notice this, but it tells you, there's actually a timer on those. Like on that grapple, when he was looking at the timer on it, there's a circle
Okay,
there
so
that
health.
tells you.
Okay, follow up grenade.
Things are getting spicy here. They both healed up.
Yeah, Charm not able to.
Ooh, stole
not
the
able to
camo.
confirm the kill. Energy sword out.
Oh, he almost had that too. Just needed that second melee. Impaler had that sword though. He's being a gentleman about it now, or no? He's getting more ammo. Okay.
Impaler, I think one thing that's going
I
to set
thought for a
Impaler apart from
second,
other players
maybe.
is his use of the grapple. To be totally honest, his grapple has been has really been his advantage in this match so far.
Kill team nearing victory.
Hey, he's up 8-2. Impaler is really looking to clutch this this ticket to the next round here. Charm needed to be a lot more aggressive, but how do you get more aggressive when somebody is just completely controlling the environment, destroying sticky grenades like.
Making sure he can't pick it up. Again, he's controlling that map, making sure it's his playground. I think it's one thing I learned with Vegas on how to get more aggressive in this way is doing something that your opponent won't expect.
He gets
Play.
4 medals with that kill that took him to 9, one of which was looks to be a killing spree. There has to be some sort of medal or achievement he just got for that mega dash like halfway across the map with the sword. He's closing the gap on him already. Impaler is cracked. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna come out and say it. This guy is a beast.
And there it is.
Oh,
He was trying, but he had that power weapon. He had the control of the
Impaler
map. He
lived up
made
to
sure
his
that he
name
had
tonight,
nothing
gotta
he
say
could do.
that.
I'm a little worried for old Killswitch now. Not worried for Vegas though.
Yeah, of course.
If you're
Vegas
just
has got
joining
him
us.
back. He's not even here.
All right, game 1 goes to the Impaler. He moves on to the finals. Charm taken out. This is his team fear teammate.
His captain.
Any observations? What do you? Yeah. Okay. So Impaler's the captain. This is a really strong player. To see the two of them together, I mean, you know, Charm really did put up a fight. This wasn't really quick. I feel like he fought for every single life, and he got a lot of shots in on Impaler, but just couldn't secure the kills.
So
I didn't know that either, Charizard. I didn't know you could shoot the grenades like that.
Yeah, a lot of GGs in the chat. Checks and Charm already throwing it in the chat, man. Charm, great fight, great fight.
Alright.
Gotta feel good to see your teammate go on to the finals, though.
he's executed that game so well. And
Yeah,
he just
tell me, man.
controlled
Tell me what you
everything.
think. Like, I mean, as a lower level player, like I'm saying, like this is like the kind of stuff I didn't even know you could do these kind of things in Halo, and that's what we're hearing in the chat. You didn't know that you could destroy, some of these extra like peripheral weapons.
the grenades themselves are physical in the game, so even when you, say, throw a nade off the wall or something and throw it at somebody, you can shoot the nade in their face to make it prematurely detonate. If they're spawning up on the pad like that, you can deny your enemy from picking them up by shooting them. Or if like a body drops and you drop all your gear, you'll see like your guns and stuff laying around. You can shoot the nades there as well, which is a really awesome tactic if they're camping the tunnels in that map. I mean, I think they did a really good job of making this a true arena shooter, making the map the hero of the story.
Yeah, I'm here in between rounds. I came across some stats from Impaler in the last round. He had six power weapon kills in that game alone. 44% accuracy.
Except for that rocket ship map. There's no hero in that.
No.
that map.
Was it hangar? No. Launch site.
Launch site. F in the chat for launch site.
F in the chat for you said it's called launch site, and also hashtag F Vegas. Please pay your respects to your champ. He could not be here tonight. He is on a battle of his own, and that's all we can say.
Got an invite out
we're
to
getting ready to
here.
We're getting ready to see Checks and Killswitch.
It says Chex is wrapping something up real quick.
Sounds
Chex
good.
should be here.
Yeah.
They said in the chat.
Probably taping up his fist, ready to go to war. ready to scrap it out.
Face paint on.
He's ready to rock.
I will say, seeing Impaler run up and seeing HX come up, just looking back at their stats, Impaler has been pretty close all through the board. He was 10-4 in his first game, 10-9 in round 2, and then this one was a 2-0 landslide. Killswitch, however, he was 10-2 and 10-0 in his first 2 games. I'm really curious to see how he's going to pair up against Impaler if he pulls it off with checks. I think he's going to be my fan favorite right now.
So what were the stats and the damage in the last game? Did they have similar damage? Or was
Last
it... That kind of
game,
tells you how close the game could have been. Does that make sense? Like, if...
I want to say the damage from Impaler in the last game was around 27.
Yeah, it was 27, 36, and Charm had 20, 43. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so it's about 700 more damage.
Yeah.
And that is it based off 100 shields, 100 health? So 200 for the body? I'm not exactly
I believe
sure what the
so.
shields are on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah, if you know in the chat, you can let us know, because some of us here we come from the Bronze Tacos gaming community, and Halo's not our first language that we speak, so to think about that. We've got a lot of other games, Overwatch, Call of Duty, Destiny, all of a sudden getting a lot of attention. Let's go. Any other games that you guys play?
I've been getting back into 4X strategy games recently. I don't know what it is about it, but little like games like Stellaris is on Game Pass right now. If you guys want to check it out, it's just to expand your empire and take over everything.
Like a top-down, real-time strategy type of game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got
some
into that, but it's fun. Just to have
Yeah,
on the side.
Arsene, what else do you play, man?
Smite.
Yo, Smite.
So
Smite.
I've pretty much been a Halo guy my whole life. I took about a year off last year, Battle Royale, and Call of Duty, and I jumped back into Halo earlier this year, Halo 5, and then basically Halo Infinite. So I'll be curious to see if Halo, they've swore they don't have a Battle Royale. But there's kind of been rumors that maybe they do. So
You don't think that the big team battle, or the Fiesta, or what have you, is kind of like that?
I think
They
it
don't have
can
an
mean,
elimination in that type of size, do they?
it is. It's just not. I mean, it's not going to be. It's not going to be the same. I don't know. I mean, I know they have. With the attrition, they got the new, whatever you want to call it, the gas. The map gets smaller.
the danger zone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. that's
So
cool.
they kind of incorporated that a little bit. So maybe they're teasing that for something bigger later. I don't know.
Well, and on top of that, they also had the classic Flood gameplays, the where you turn into the Flood if you die. I can see something like that where they have the Red Ring of Death coming in, and you know, you're trying to survive against a horde of all the people you've already killed. That'd be pretty interesting.
Interesting.
In fact, yeah, that's what it was.
Are
we ready to go?
Ask Rosa too,
Sure.
before we start the next match. Do you play any other games?
I play Overwatch, GTA, Halo. I play a little bit of Minecraft, and I came from the Switch community actually, so I played a lot of games on there too.
How about Splatoon?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah,
have that one
Smash tournament,
actually.
too.
But I do have Smash, and I had Animal Crossing and Overwatch on the Switch.
Yeah, so a lot of variety, really good community. Please come check it out. Our link is in the chat. Get the Halo League starting up here. Trying to get to 8 teams. We're almost there, guys. So if you want to join in, you want to join a league, meet some people, grind up the ladder, come join.
And we are
Did we get readies
confirming
from
that-
both players?
Yep, we are good to go. But on the league thing, we are confirming that we are going to be splitting into 2 tiers, so that we have a top level tier with like Onyx and Diamond style, and then a bottom tier for anybody who's just starting into league play and wants to try to get their cut their teeth on this. So,
If you're on a
So
league
you're-
team
so-
already,
so
make sure
we're not
you.
going up against people like Impaler.
exactly.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're on a league team, like throw some love in the chat with who you're repping. Really excited to see the league this season, inaugural. Has anybody been in any Halo leagues in the past, like themselves?
I haven't done Halo, but I've done Call of Duty. I've been in the Open back in Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts.
Slayer.
That was so much
No
fun.
Halo for me, but I've been in a couple Overwatch ones.
Yeah, you've been around the block. All right, we got Checks versus Killswitch here. This is game 2 of round 1 semifinals. Impaler took the first game. And Killswitch, the fan favorite. Yeah, you're playing at the star. Boom! And Chex gets the first kill, and Killswitch slides over his corpse.
So I will say, just early observation. I feel like Chex is gonna be more of a. He's got a pretty good shot. I'll put it that way. Gonna be a
Yeah,
little
Team Fear
different than
getting love in the
Impaler.
Okay, Chex has the sniper, but he dies to the grenade.
Killswitch grabbed that overshoot.
tying it up. Yeah. Team Fear, Bort, the Orchard getting shoutouts. Team Fear trying to get another player into the finals here. HX has a plasma pistol. Oh, he's charging it up. He's gonna go full Samus Aran across the map. Grenade on the field.
Missed it.
Killswitch slides away and gets the kill.
Yeah, whiff that shot.
If you whiff the shot with the plasma pistol, it's
It's hard to come back from.
Oh, grenade on the field.
Ooh.
Oh, and a grenade.
Very nice.
And a grenade kill and Killswitch from Chex. It's 2-2. Hey guys, this one's gonna be a beatdown. I think this is gonna be a
gonna be a good
back and
matchup.
forth.
Good fight, yeah. Trying to track him with those nades, bouncing off the wall, following him. That's the other thing, that it's a lot more useful trying to cut off your opponent with nades rather than trying to get kills.
Now, first shots were put out by Chex, but Killswitch wins that engagement here. Something about Chex that I'm
He
noticing.
started off with
really,
the wave there.
Yeah, he's also Chex is kind of forcing Killswitch to engage in places that I don't think that he wants to. Killswitch is trying to keep high ground, but Chex is being really sneaky about his positions. He tries to take away that advantage by getting a different angle on him. Chex
Yeah,
has
and
the
he's just
Enabler
waiting out the
ready.
overshield right now, I believe.
Killswitch has about 10% of overshield left on his body, so that's about to be running out.
Yeah, Chex is playing a bit more patient. It looks like Killswitch is really trying to find the engagements. He's looking for him. He's got eyes on him. Chex is very low on him. He's running.
Playing his life, yep.
Back to full health, and he's halfway across the map already.
Killswitch looks like he's going through the tunnel, gonna try to run him down. He picked up the heat wave, actually.
I believe HX has a needler in his back pocket.
Heat wave
Which is
versus
one of the most
Needler, though,
annoying
is gonna
guns to
be...
lose to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you get that full clip shot, it's devastating. But it's very hard to
good with
land.
the needler. I mean, that's one of those guns too, where it's kind of like, all right, that's kind of cheap. You just kill it with the needler. But this game, you know, if you're good with that gun, I mean, it's can really do a lot.
Yeah,
of damage with
Impaler's
that thing.
saying HX is really experienced with the heat wave. Says that when he gets it in his hands, it's bad news. His favorite gun in the game. This is a long-range engagement. Killswitch's grenades were not really effective there. I'm not sure if he thought that he was coming closer, but Chex kept the distance on him and kept eyes on him.
I think Chex was determined to get the overshield that time. Killswitch got it the first time around.
Vegas coming in with a huge chat shout out.
Yes.
Hey, the champ in the chat. Please, everybody, show your respects to the champ in chat. He's here.
Hashtag FVegas, watching it with us.
We love you, champ. We respect you. We know that there will never be another first champ of the Bronze Tacos Halo League. So we do respect you, and we're wishing you the best right now.
What Vegas means is he's just watching to see who's going to be the first loser.
He's getting in your head, guys. He's sharing. He's vulnerable with you, but it's all just to break you down even further. Just assert his dominance on you, like Chex is asserting on Killswitch right now. He is down 2-4.
Chex does have the heat wave, like Impaler was talking about. He's got the heat wave here, so
Think
we'll
it'll
see what
turn
he
it
does
here?
with it.
Oh, and he's setting him up in a microwave here. Chex really waiting that tunnel out and really devastating with some pew 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 boing boing type of stuff going on.
Right.
Those are awesome sound
Are
effects.
those, yeah.
Those are right on point.
You need to start modding that in the PC.
Shield on the field.
Drop shield can be pretty decent to block some of those nades. But
It's
from
interesting
what I
because it's not
understand,
like the old bubble shields. It's. I'm still trying to figure it out, honestly.
It's
certain
only
shade in the
deflecting from
chat
one
right
side,
now.
I believe.
Impaler versus the champ. He's I think Impaler is pretty confident about where he's going to stand after tonight's tournament.
There we go.
Okay, this is
We need
this
that
is game
pew, pew, pew,
2,
boing boing.
round 1.
Right.
Oh yes, and yeah, he's still got the heat wave ready to rock.
Like Killswitch is just hanging for that sniper, yeah. I think he knows.
And
Chex wants
I
it,
don't
or-
know whose point of view you were watching when that heat wave shot happened in that tunnel, but it was outrageous what those ricochets were doing.
That's all.
Yeah, and that's a definite.
There's a
and
trade.
there is a this.
I'll tell you what, you do not see a lot of trades on this game. Not nearly as many as you used to see on the older Halos. They really kind
Not in the higher
what was
tiers
great
now.
about that
They
was it was
balanced
a punch
it somehow.
trade. It's they're scrapping like old cousins here in the backyard, knocking each other out there.
Wow, the champ is here subscribing to the Bronze Tacos. That is awesome. I really appreciate it.
Vegas hitting the tier 1 button, man. It might be delirium, it might be excitement, or it might be that man's complete devotion to being your world champion. Mad love, man. Mad respect.
Everyone should go follow his Twitch as well. It is hilarious.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he's not only a benevolent champ, but he's a completely entertaining and hilarious
Like
guy.
side hurting, laughing so much.
Okay, we're
He was
6-5 here.
hysterical last
Killswitch
week.
up by 1.
It is a super tight game, but that was just simple high ground right there.
Appreciate all 23 of you
battle.
in the chat watching.
Overshield is up, and Checks might be able to pull it back here with this. That overshield
Texas
can
tied
be a
it
game
up.
changer.
6-6.
So you notice he passed up the heat wave right there. It was laying right on the ground. Passed it up. He's gonna keep this
As we're in game 2,
Healer.
round 1 here, 6-6. HX versus Killswitch, looking to get into the finals.
So what's your strategy, Arps, with overshield? Do you use it to rush in, or do you use it just as extra protection and try to hang back more? You know, play as you normally would.
I tend to use it more rushing in.
To break the line?
Dirty plays.
Yeah.
HX takes the lead, 7-6.
Here we go. Grabbing those plasmas up.
Forcing a lot more close engagements here.
That's what I was asking. I'm thinking that's where he grabbed that shield and he just started running towards him, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you see the man, you have the advantage. I mean, you're gonna run after him. You know, I mean, especially with the overshield. I think you saw both of them kind of try to wait out the other guy with the overshield earlier.
He needs to force the close engagement here. He's got a grenade on his feet.
Gotta be careful with that plasma hit
HX
him.
with the tracking on Killswitch. He's going to chase him out into the field.
Our team
Close up.
nearing victory.
And gets him with a pistol whip there. It's now 8-6. HX coming back, taking the lead from at least a
right now.
2-point deficit.
Now he's just hanging for that overshield again. It's about to pop up in about 3 seconds. And there it
And a
is.
rush kill on him.
And he's
Okay,
gonna
he's
get
1
overshield
point
here.
away. Okay, huge advantage. There's shield down that he can report to if he needs to. He's running. He wants to take this close fight. He wants to.
Notice he's not
seal this
popping
game
it
right
yet,
now.
though. He's wanting to use it for maximum. He's not wanting to wait it out. I think that's what Killswitch might be thinking, is he might try to wait it out, waiting for him to pop it.
Okay, they see each
Smart.
other from across the.
So now he's
across the
gonna have to
yard.
go after him. Yeah.
Now it's game on.
Well, big
Gets
grenade
that
out.
nade off the rail.
Off into oblivion.
Killswitch is coming down canal. Oh, this is a back smack waiting to happen.
Well, you got him to pop the overshield, and now he's running.
Yep.
So it's a good move on
That's
Killswitch's
good pressure.
part.
Definitely a mind game, though. These guys are really thinking about their strategy going into this.
Yeah, they know where they want to play. They know where they want their fights to happen, and they're kind of
Overshield.
refusing to give in to each other.
Yep, overshield's just burned out. Killswitch with the high ground. He
Checks
got
on
the
the
kill
move.
last time.
2 grenades.
Grab that heat
Picked
wave.
up.
Either land. Heat wave ready. If he can pull him
If
back.
you
into
notice
this
what he's doing
tunnel.
with that heat wave, he's always going vertical with it. You're playing in the game. You always want to make sure you're going vertical with that, never
Oh, he's
horizontal.
got the drop on him.
Ooh, got the
Oh,
trade
wait.
for the win.
He takes it from the grave to to take round 1
Wow.
here in this best of 3. HX coming from behind over Killswitch.
That was tight.
It's a good game.
I like that. Alright.
Team Fear in chat, throw it down. Okay, can we get some love for Team Fear? Team Fear is here in the chat, here on the stream, well, that we're watching, and here in our hearts. Team Fear, that's right.
So going back to that damage thing going on, looks like it was 3,000 damage to Killswitch and 3,500 to Checks. So there's a 500
close.
damage bonus.
So the interesting thing is the last game, you had, it was what, 600 or 700? But it was much higher margin. So the way
Right.
that the Impaler is able to get away when he has a lot of damage on him, or just finish those close battles and actually win every single close battle, was the difference in that game, in that last game. Because it was not nearly as tight as this game.
Alright, next map we're going to is Aquarius. What do you guys think about Aquarius? Is it in your top 3, top 2, your favorite map?
Definitely top 3.
Yeah, for me, I really like the way this map looks.
No. I like the color palettes here. I agree. I think it's a good good matchup. Alright, we're getting this started here for game 2.
I mean, it's no launch site though.
All gray everywhere. Huge open spaces.
We get the chat saying that Aquarius is the most Halo-y map in Infinite.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are there
Makes
maps
sense.
that you know, like I'm starting to play through the campaigns, and you go on the Covenant ship, and it has a really distinct, like, otherworldly look. It doesn't look like, you know, NASA, like clean metal. It looks like, you know, weird alien technology. Is there any maps like that in this game?
Not yet, but I'm really hoping they start adding that stuff in. I mean, even in the last game, Halo 5, they had a few Covenant kind of maps. They actually had one that was a Covenant ship that was kind of awesome to play on.
The champ putting Team Fear in their place. Hashtag Team Fear Small Balls. Small balls. Yes, it's,
Victory.
Small
In
balls,
a
big
meaty-
heart. There you go.
What's going
Oh,
on
we gotta
here?
get some. We gotta get some.
something is wrong here. We need to restart because I am playing.
Yeah, we're not
I'm
supposed to be doing that.
into
Oh, nice! I should have got a kill there.
I'd
That's
like
a big
to say
oops.
that ARP's
That's a
Oh,
big
look
oops.
at that, we won.
tournament.
Hey, look
Alright,
at
we
won.
advanced to finals.
We're coming for
Exactly.
Vegas.
Yeah, we're coming
Observers
for
again.
Vegas. Yeah. This twist.
Free
This is
for
an
all.
M. Night Shyamalan twist ending here. All of a sudden, everyone in the tournament gets to fight him in a Royal Rumble type of environment.
If
Battle
he can pull
Royale.
that off, that is ultimate championship material right there. You think he pulled it off?
Free for all tournaments are fun. Free for all tournaments are fun.
Unless you're playing free for all oddball, and Vinyl over here wins those hands down all the time.
So our apologies.
Magic
there.
hands.
I did die. I got a death in that match. Something happened with the rules. 343.
It's
Can you
a
sort
bug,
this
yeah.
out? Because every time we start a match, we gotta make sure our settings are where they need to be. Hopefully, our competitors are not too shaken up by that. I'm sure they aren't, though. Free for all tournament is already being requested in the chat. If you want to see that, man, throw some more in that in the chat and join our Discord. Link is in the chat as well.
Free for all's a fan favorite for sure.
I am
So-
still on Cobra the way it looks right now.
Yeah, just swap back over again. We didn't. It's interesting
I
'cause
have
we
to
didn't
do
run
that?
into this bug last time. No. It's a bug that the custom games have right now on 343's side. For some reason, it just randomly picks it. But I was saying last week we didn't run into that nearly at all. I think we had one game that it did that, and then for some reason this game is just whenever you hit start game, it'll try to
Slain.
randomly reset. I don't know what it does.
What do
Or
I
if it
have
goes
to
off
do
on-
to if I wind up being in there? Yeah, because it looks like I'm gonna be because Bronze
We can
Tacos is in.
start. You can go to, so once the players spawn in, hit start, go to change team. You should be able to change team to what do you call it?
Rack up the
So
most
hit start,
kills
change
to
team
achieve
to
victory.
no, you can't do observers.
Oh, I can do change team. All right, yeah, you're gonna have to start
You have to
with
switch
those,
to yeah. All right,
Defeat.
that's another victory to me. I'll take it.
right? We lost that round.
Oh, I was on the other side.
This is a clown show. This is an absolute clown show. But that's what the community is all about, man. Getting together, having fun, figuring this out.
100%.
Oh, look at that. Killswitch and Malthorban.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
we have to. Okay, so I'm back to observer.
All right, let me get this. Pop that over, pop that over. Got a few things going on here.
So, in the chat, they're saying duo tourneys and
yeah.
stuff like that might be cool. 2v2. All right, so
Doubles tournaments are...
lobby options. Can I change sides now? Oh, I'm in the observer now. Okay, good. All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Looks good here. Yeah.
And bye.
All right, hit play.
So this goes back to Ace, what we were talking about before the stream started.
Yeah, no matter.
Professional here, you know.
100%.
We know what we're doing.
Exactly.
As we're professionals here. You know, this is a whole production. We got this.
Hashtag blame343.
Dude, what we need to do is we need to get our champ over there. Start knocking some doors down.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do.
So to bring you back to
Or you need to call your buddy Phil.
to bring you back to the tournament. This is now going to be round 2 in game 2. This is the semifinals. HX versus Killswitch. HX is up 1 round to 0. You do need 2 rounds to advance. Impaler took the first game of the night against Charm.
10-7.
Okay, and then here we are.
Checks out the gate, watching across the long map.
Chex is probably still running on the high from the last victory. Grenade, really preemptive across the map.
He got that pop though.
He made him disengage, but I think that was a little bit of a juke. Killswitch on the Chex. He does get the first kill.
It's a big
1-0.
kill.
Huge.
I guess that overshield. I mean,
Camera.
he gets the invis, yeah. The dynamo
Champ
grenades.
himself really giving props to this community, the Bronze Tacos Halo community. It's definitely a very supportive place, no matter what your rank is. And this community tournament really shows that here. They'll switch with the active camo.
Got him cornered, you see
Ooh,
that?
setting up a trap with the grenades.
Ooh,
Wow.
missed it though.
And when it came in close, HX took out Killswitch with the punch, with the Falcon punch. Killswitch had
There you go.
HX in his sights immediately and just
Nailed
Killswitch is
it.
playing way more aggressive this game.
Yeah.
Killswitch is having none of that first round repeat here.
Shenanigans. He's...
MRA clutch. That's right.
Tell you what, if you're good with that pistol, I know a lot of people pass it up, and they probably shouldn't, because if you hit your shots with that thing, you can beat almost anybody with it.
I feel like
Right
when it
distance.
comes pistol to BR, the pistol's more forgiving in a way. I mean, you got a 3-round burst on the BR, where if you miss that, that's 3 rounds that just went to waste. The pistol, you can miss 1 round and get the next 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yo, thanks for the love for the casters in the chat. My love's gonna go out to Killswitch's skin check for tonight. This thing is popping with the 90s vibes. These neon purples and greens. What? Anybody know the name of the skin?
right. Got a nice carbon fiber look to it. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it looks like a starter jacket.
A starter jacket.
Yeah, throwback there, dude.
Took me back 30 years.
Right, bro.
I just...
And there's that famous thruster Chex likes to use. That thruster is so deadly. I hate it. I hate running up against it,
HX
but I
with
can
another
respect
kill.
it. 3-2 so
So
far.
if you were a big Halo 5 player, you should be picking that up every time, because that you're just used to playing with it,
Mm-hmm.
because it was so incorporated in the last game.
It was. That was one of the issues I had with Halo 5. Though was that Spartan charge. Go running around the map, and it's like an insta kill when you can Spartan charge.
Oh yeah, yeah, they got rid of that. That was terrible. That and the ground pound.
Mm-hmm.
Those two.
26 viewers here checking out. This is game 2, round 2, Bronze Tacos Halo Championship.
Chex has the high ground. Looks like he might have just dropped down.
Chex is up in this series, 1-0. This is best of 3, so he's looking to clutch it here. He's already 1 point ahead. Grenade out in the field. One toss back at
Had
him.
that heat wave out.
Gives up the high ground. Guys are really trying to push these close fights.
They're
Killswitch on
really
the
using
wall.
those shocks. They're using
H-X
those
with
shocks
another
to
heat
cut off the
wave.
hallway. It's another really good way
Some
to-
love for
to
our
control
game
that.
1 winner, Impaler, in the chat. Coming from Chris, saying that Impaler Impaler is the student to his sensei. HX has active camo right now. He's being slippery. He's playing these tight corridors, though. He really wants to get these fights up close.
Yeah. And this is, you know, it's kind of what you have to do in your kill switch. I know it's not the most fun thing in the world, but you don't want to just give kills away with the Invis, man.
Oh, HX was on his last life there, but Killswitch goes down first. 5-2, HX versus Killswitch. Killswitch halfway.
Ooh.
Killing
I feel
spree.
like Killswitch might be panicking a little bit here.
Yeah, I think HX is in the zone, and he's going to be kind of unstoppable here. I think that he's gotten inside the head of Killswitch here for sure. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure where HX is shooting. Looks like he's shooting walls on my side. Killswitch sees him though.
That's that that's that aim bug. Want to switch to
Yeah,
Killswitch?
I'll stick on the Killswitch. Killswitch has the game on.
Nice shot.
There he
Killswitch
is.
got the long range headshot.
Long range.
Perfect.
So he was on a killing spree. Checks.
Yeah, he was. That's
Shut
a
him down.
shutdown.
Grab
That's
that
a
heat wave
shutdown.
too. Perfect. Yep.
HX still has a 3-point lead here. Killswitch
I wish
has
they
the heat wave now. He wants to give it back to him. He wants to really show. He wants to show HX that he knows how to use the heat wave too, and he's sneaking up on him. He's not as effective.
Nice.
He does get the melee kill. And that's gotta hurt coming on HX, having been
Getting
so
killed by your own
successful with
gun.
the heat wave and getting it hyped up in the chat too.
Seems like everybody, when the other guy has Invis, just kind of marinates in the corner.
Right, it wasn't as much pew boing boing as in the previous round. Ooh, they're want to fight in these little tiny nooks and crannies. Grenade out. Killswitch has no health. Back health now. Oh, and dies
So-
from a little bit of a long range.
I thought he was going to use the heat wave to just kind of get his shields back and just kind of shoot the walls there, just to kind of keep checks back. But
Up to 28 in the chat. This is a really exciting match. This is game 2 of our semifinals. HX has already won one round of this. He's 3 points away from advancing to the finals. Killswitch needs to get on a spree here. He did start getting some kills.
Killswitch is the
HX
only
has
thing
definitely
stopping
been
us from
dominating this
seeing a
match.
fear final here. Like we need to see him to the finals.
Killswitch, your only hope.
big kill.
Oh, and there it is. He's
the Invis
there
is
it is.
coming up.
he wants the fans to stick
That heat
around
wave,
for
he should
another
be able
map
to
here. I
snag
think.
this. Should be able to snag this Invis here too. It'll be huge.
Impaler says he never hides from
Chex
Invis.
is
What do you
watching
guys
that.
think?
He always has
Gets out in the
Invis.
open. Yeah, you can't. I don't need to hide from it when I have it.
That's
what
right.
Impaler said. Killswitch really has the advantage here. Has a drop line, predicting what side he's going to go to. He does get a pretty critical hit though.
Surprised he didn't go for that
Oh,
candle when he
grenade
had the
right on
chance.
top of him takes him right back down to the same health he was before. If HX can
I
get
think
in there and secure this.
I think Killswitch already knew that Chex was looking over that balcony, watching it.
It's a shooting range type of fight right here. They're refusing to get off these perches. They want to fight at long range because they know when they get close, things get really, really volatile. You'll die to a random punch, somebody flailing around.
Let's just jump there.
Oh, HX definitely
Is
has
that
the
a
advantage here.
health
with
disadvantage,
Killswitch right
yeah. Oh, watch that nade.
now. Killswitch sneaks away. Gets back to
It's
full
nice to
health.
get away.
Has the high ground.
Here. Grab it.
HX makes it away quicker though. Grabs active camo, turns it on. Killswitch
Popped
is
it
on
just to get
the
away.
is on the hunt. He's got predator mode engaged. He's ready to go.
You get 2 quick kills here with this invis, you'd be right back in it.
Only down 2. He's got the advantage. Grenades are on the field. He takes a half health hit. Ammo still active. Heat wave in hand.
Big kill
Close up.
for him.
Yeah, that's a nice little combo right there. Direct hit with the heat wave, followed up by a look like an elbow.
Invis is back up again, right now.
Chex is going for it too, looks like. He's watching it.
That's the type of fights you get in Halo. You're gonna die to
Wow.
a random punch. We're tied up here, 7-7.
You burn it? Yeah, you burn
Killswitch
it.
comes for a comeback. He wants that map 3. HX lands the first shot. Killswitch gets away. Back to full health. He's got eyes on HX. He's pushing. He's closing the gap. HX keeps backing up, but he's gonna run out of space if he keeps backing up that way. And Killswitch
He's on the
gives him the
hunt.
courtesy, lets him stay back a little bit.
He's like, gonna fight over here now.
Great.
Wow.
Lest we forget, pulling a kill switch,
More than
what
point
we
blank.
referred to. He takes 8 to 7
Huge kill.
over HX. He might just be pulling a kill switch. Came back from
Use
8
that
and
heat
0.
wave well right there.
Thank you, Impaler. Yeah, that's right. You know, that not as wide of a gap, but he definitely has the potential. He's 2 points away. He needs to get these 2 kills.
Yeah, it's just still
Stay
in
in.
this game.
Oh, and kill switch is extremely low right now. You would look at him the wrong way. He's gonna die there. Oh boy. Okay, and he's back to full health. He really disengaged there.
Killswitch
Wants
is
to
got
fight in
the
the different
view bug on right now.
Oh, 8-8. Bit of a long range headshot. HX eyeing active camo. He doesn't want to fight too far away from it.
This is
He's
huge
going in
right
for
here.
it. He's stolen it. He's got it on. It didn't manage to get
Traded.
it off. It's a trade.
Trade.
It's 9-9. This could not be any
Sudden
closer.
death.
Guys, throw it in the chat. Who's about to get this? It's
Call it.
about to be either map 3 or it's about to be HX taking it to the finals.
You're gonna go full aggro.
Oh, HX down very low.
Oh,
With a
we
grenade
got
kill.
the nade.
Kill switch
Got the
pulls the kill
nade. We're on
switch.
to game 3.
Wow. What a battle.
That was
Kill
huge.
switch. Flipped it on about halfway through that match, and then it was just trade after trade.
He flipped
Pulled the kill switch.
switch.
Certainly did.
Living up to his name. Alright. Next game we got going on here. Game 3 is going to be on streets.
Yeah, and while we make sure that all of our settings and everything is ready to go, just shout out to those in the chat. We got Abbott Costello, Child is Justino, Commander Root, Crazed Rock, the man himself, lurking in the chat. Wigman, new member. Thanks for checking us out, man. I appreciate you joining the server too. Hugh Janus is here. He's here. The legend, Hugh Janus. He's here, man.
He's gonna help us do some Smash Brothers too.
Right, that's
be
right,
awesome.
that's
It's
right.
gonna be fun.
Rusty Green. Yo, some of these names are great. And of course the champ, waiting to see who's going to take that second place medal is what he's thinking. Sitting on his throne, high and mighty, looking down on you peasants. Playing ranked Slayer for the opportunity to face me is what he's thinking. That's right.
I would have to agree with Impaler on his the chat.
What's he got?
He's saying that he thinks Chex has a little bit better aim, but Killswitch has the strats.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. You know, if you have two different play styles when you're playing in the teams like you usually do in Halo, and then you get in the 1v1, it could be really disorienting if somebody really knows map control. You know, like we saw from Impaler, and yeah, and I gotta agree. I think Killswitch. Killswitch has a bit more of the ability to play mind games and kind of draw you to where he wants to fight. I think a little bit more than HX does.
Yeah, we'll see.
Killswitch immediately looking
HX.
down rockets.
Yeah,
HX
immediate
plays smart.
immediate shots fired, trying to get those early opening kills here. Ooh, and a slide pass. They're on fire. HX gets his first
finishes the kill.
It's a nice kill.
HX with the spanker in hand, ready to fire some rockets. Use me. Impaler likes rockets, so if HX and Impaler see each other in Game 3 tonight, it'd be a very, very explosive match.
Didn't even realize that these maps were randomized, but this is the same map that Killswitch got his name coined. This was the map that he played up against Jagster and pulled that Killswitch.
The legend. Yeah. And Impaler calling out, if he keeps possession of these rockets, this is going to be a very, very aggressive opening fight.
Pulling off little pop shots. Killswitch is running around C, trying to get on his
I think
flank here.
Killswitch has to keep his distance here.
Okay, Spanker a bit of 2 hits with splash damage were able to confirm that kill, but he did use both rockets.
Had to burn it up, and now rockets are up in 20 seconds.
Yeah, and in our first round, we did actually in the initial championship round, I believe you or Vegas were emptying the rockets on each other, weren't you? Yeah, no,
Yeah, I think the
field.
strategy was if we were going to randomly die from it, that we didn't want the other person to have it.
Okay, HX is really paying attention to the spawn of this spanker here, and Impaler's calling it out.
Nope.
He's calling out in the chat. Don't let Killswitch have these rockets. The strategy is working out because he's 3-1 here. This is map 3, game 2 of the semifinals to find out who is going to go against Impaler for the chance to face Vegas in the championship.
And up until now, Chex has gotten the rockets 2 for 2. So if he keeps control of this might be an end game here. What do you think the play is going to be? Do you think distance is really the only way to play against this?
Against Rocket, yeah.
HX takes 2 grenades to the face, but still manages to survive.
Pocketing that rocket too. Figured he was going to try
rocket is the words that I just heard. Oh,
there it
massive
is.
Rocket kill. You know,
He still got 1
really
2.
holding on to that spanker is gonna prove deadly.
This check's gonna bounce.
Dang. So shade going in the chat against checks. Rightly so, though. I mean, he's been very aggressive. He's a very, very good opponent here. Team Fear. Team Fear showing up. I think he wants to go against Impaler for the ultimate bragging rights on Team Fear.
I think they also have the mindset that no matter who wins, if Chex makes it to the finals, it's gonna be a fear game and it's fear against the champ. So it's interesting to see how that's gonna come out. I'm rooting for Killswitch though. I've seen him play. I know his skill. I just hope that he can pull it back. Spanker's fun though.
Wow.
Got
Chex
kill,
with another
he's gonna
rocket.
take it 3 for 3.
Yeah, it's 5-1 right now.
I think Killswitch has to get that shotgun. I think that's his, he's got to do something to try to get a kill close up with. He's at a huge disadvantage against these rockets. It looks like he's going for it right now. Get it.
There it is.
He got it.
Made the mistake of trying to melee too early, too far away.
Achex's body refuses to quit. It crawled up the street. And he's already down here again. Killswitch not waiting
There
so
it
long
is.
to pull the kill switch this time. He's pumping the gas right now. He's ready to go.
And Jackster, the BR versus BR, that could be a possibility in the future. Might be toying around with some settings changes for the next 1v1 tournament. Could even see the free-for-all tournament coming up.
Interesting. Strictly VRs.
That would
Killswitch
be.
refusing to even put away the spanker until now. Pulled out the battle rifle for just a second, but he's got it back in his hand.
Killswitch got the
drop
first
shield
shot.
preventing
What
Killswitch
a
from
kill.
doing anything.
Chex got the reversal though. And he took back those rockets.
I'm kind of thinking a 2v2 would be really good too.
Yeah.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Small tournaments here.
Yeah, chat saying pug rules. A lot of people just turn off rockets on this map. Achex with a very long-range rocket and a follow-up shot. 7-3. Achex really trying to run away with it here.
These rockets are huge right here.
You can't pull a kill switch until he's at least at 8.
Right. He's got some time.
We have kept the rules the same, power weapons on for this tournament, so it has been a level match. Anyone who's able to take advantage of some of these devastating weapons has just the same chances as anybody else.
Nearing victory.
HX now 8
That's
to
tough
3.
right there.
Map 3, he's 2 points away from going on to the finals and facing Impaler. Killswitch really needs to re-engage.
I will say Chex is really honed in. I mean, he has a good shot, but I feel like he's really honed in on the strategy on this game. More so than the first two, for sure. And it's showing.
Amazing movement by Chex is what they're saying in the chat. 28 viewers now. Thank you guys.
Jackster sounds like he's getting a little bit of PTSD there.
You gotta watch out for Killswitch making a comeback here.
Oh,
There he
It
goes.
is. It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
He's
Chex is screaming right now. Where was that headshot?
chipping away at that lead. He's brought it halfway back. Now 8 to 4. And Killswitch really does like to get these group kills here. And another
nice.
one. 5 to 8. It's 2 kills in a row. Sends Achex packing.
It's funny how Halo can be such a momentum game. You know, you go when you get killed a couple of times, you start playing a little more defensive, you start playing a little more cautious, and there's a time for that. But this game really does favor, as long as you're not chasing, you know, it does favor the aggressor, I believe.
Can't be.
Series is 1-1. In Killswitch versus Chex here. Chex is up by 4 in this match. This is match point. Whoever takes this map here is moving on to the finals.
Wow, that was nice.
Achex with a long range. He's now 1 point away from victory. He's on the move. I think he knows where the spawn points are, and he's really trying to engage right now. He's
Yeah, he
moving
knew look
fast.
right there.
Grenade out on the field. Rocket
There it
kill
is.
to secure the
There
victory.
it is.
Achex moves on to the finals to face Impaler. Let's get some stats. Rosa, will you tell us some stats? You know how to pull them up.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah.
Trying to wait.
Appreciate
let
it. We had a lot of requests in the chat for some of the stats here. They wanted to know specifically How many rocket kills?
Let's see if it says that.
I don't know if
I
they
don't
say that.
know. Yeah, it doesn't say that.
Basically, just figure out how many headshot kills there
So
were,
they both
and
had
then just
5
subtract
headshot
it.
kills.
5 headshot kills on each side.
So
Yeah,
10,
0
and there were
grenade
how many kills
kills,
total?
0 melee kills. So it looks like he probably had like 5 other than power weapon kills or something with like rockets.
Yeah. What was the damage difference?
Damaged out from Killswitch is 2.339 and HX is 3.239. It's almost 1,000 difference.
Yeah, so Chex had a lot more damage in that game.
Yeah. He had the rockets though, so that's not that surprising from it.
Yeah,
They both have really good accuracy though.
yeah. There's certain stats that I guess they haven't put in the game in the post match yet, but that match on Streets was just absolutely dominated by the Rockets. It was whoever had that had the upper hand big time.
Alright, so now we're looking at
Nowhere to hide.
Impaler versus HX on the finals, best of 5 here, and it's going to be recharge.
Okay, so to recap, we are now in the finals. We went from our top 4. Our first match, Charm versus Impaler, went to Impaler, and what was the? I think that was a 2-0. We didn't even get a map 3 on that one. Round 2, Chex versus Killswitch went all the way to map 3, and 2-1 to Chex. This is a Team Fear versus Team Fear final.
Gonna be looking pretty interesting.
Crazed Rock asking Chex to avenge him and take out Impaler.
Ooh.
Impaler versus HX. Who you guys got?
I'm gonna go with Impaler.
Yeah, I think Impaler might have it.
I think it just depends, yeah, who's gonna get the power weapons first.
I think
They
Chex.
both play
I
with
will
power
say, I do think Chex knows how Impaler plays. And Chex has a very good shot. So if he's able to, where I went in against the Impaler and I had no clue how he played, I feel like Chex has a very good idea on how he plays and may try to mitigate the situation a little bit. We'll see.
I
feel
think
like
I wouldn't
if
count him
knew
out.
Exactly how Impaler played, he'd still destroy.
I honestly believe that I think there's gonna be a lot of reverse psychology going on in this game. Everybody's gonna know that map control is gonna be key. However, sometimes maybe not going right after sword or right after camo on this map especially. Maybe just kind of hanging out on the balcony, hanging out on high ground, and watching that camo. Let the other person try to come in. I think that might be a prediction.
Our finals match is about to start off. This is Impaler versus Chex. Fear versus Fear for the finals. This is a series best of 5.
Chex is going straight for that camo. He's going to try to really make sure Impaler doesn't get it.
And there it is. Impaler's
There
got
it
the
is.
camo now.
First point on the board goes to Impaler.
Got the Mangler sword. We're looking at the
Impaler's going
sword
for
right
sword.
here.
Impaler crouching, looking to sneak up on him. Active camo.
Ooh.
Guy is holding a sword. That's
HX has got
big.
it now.
That is big for HX.
That looked like that goes back to what Apes was saying about knowing how he plays. Like he knew he was gonna do that.
Yep.
Mhm.
That makes a big difference.
This is our finals game, guys. Appreciate you guys watching.
That's good shots right there from the Impaler.
Look how fast he got eyes on that. He jumped over that and just saw
He
the
really
click.
locks in extremely fast. Now there's a grenade in the room with him here. It falls off.
Ooh, Chex got the reversal though.
You too.
2-2. 2-2. This is already a scrap.
That sword's been bouncing from person to person here.
HX has the sword. HX peeking. I think they're really trying to keep the sword away from each other. And they want to take these long range fights. They want to go mechanical skill.
Well, I think
against
what's
each
going
other
on
here.
right here, this is a strategy swap. This is them realizing that the trades are going on. They need to figure something else out.
Yeah,
Impaler's
they need to
really-
be a little bit more methodical instead of really just trying to go guns blazing and
You have to
give
do
away
this
their
for this camo here.
position.
Got the grapple on it, and he just popped it overhead.
Oh, an immediate headshot on the HX from. Oh, what was that clap?
That back smack.
Oh, B down. He used the grapple. to
I
grab
didn't.
the
I was
invis.
on board with HX. I didn't even see it happen. All of a sudden he was just dead.
All you saw from HX screen was a grapple shot drop out of the hands of the Impaler there.
Absolutely insane. Sword in hand. He's rushing up on him. Impaler with a sword kill on the HX has now taken it 4-2.
Is that the first sword kill this game?
Yeah.
In this match, yes.
That is huge.
And Impaler had the sword first. He was the one to bring it onto the field. Tactical melee on the ground. Impaler bringing it close, pulls out the sword.
I'm telling you, that grapple and sword combo is deadly.
Kinda gave him the tiger uppercut there.
It's deadly, but the Impaler just really knows how to use these, just all the equipment in this game. I mean, he's just very
Impaler
good
playing
at that.
assassin this round, absolutely.
He is a great shot, but he's just in another league when it comes to using the equipment.
Okay, HX is gonna really have to predict when Impaler's gonna try and close this gap, because if he gets within one swing range on him, this match is over. Okay, 2 grenades in the room of Impaler from HX.
Impaler's down to half shields. Just healed up.
Okay. Impaler with a
Got
grenade
the
kill.
cleanup with the nade.
Grabs the active camo. Activates it.
Camo, grapple,
God, the
and
sneak.
sword. That's dirty. I might have to go take a shower after this.
Impaler with a little bad manners throws one energy sword off and grabs another with the grapple. Really trying to make sure that this
He
sword
doesn't eat
stays in his
leftovers.
hands. Exactly. He doesn't let HX have any. He's sneaking up on him. Grapple in with the sword. Harpoon metal for him there on that last kill. He's now 8-2. This is map 1 of a best of 5 here. To see who gets to go against the champ Vegas. Long range
Chex
kill
got
takes a Impaler down. HX has the sword.
And he picked the sword.
He's down by 5. How about a tournament swords only?
That'd be
That's
interesting because sword against sword on
Sounds like a
Flash
nightmare,
is
right?
not an immediate
Oh
kill.
my. Grapple sword is OP, is what everybody's saying in the chat right now.
I agree, yeah. So if the sword is the bastion of Halo, then the grapple sword
Oof.
camo combo is a double shielded bastion.
He's giving him a little bit of his own medicine here.
HX is definitely giving it right back to him. Impaler with a few grapple ins in the sword has now gotten 2 in a row from HX as well.
And a grapple sword camo is a Bastion double shield with a mercy pocket.
You heard him.
That's agreed.
Packed by a Sombra.
And try to use
Hard to
his.
hit air tree. Long range shots here.
Wow.
Checks his Brogan here, one shot. There we go.
Impaler taking it back now.
Picking up that
He's got
yard
his-
sale.
Got his sword
Is that
in
the
hand.
shock rifle?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, those were good shots from that. That's not easy to use.
Yeah, don't forget, Impaler 1 point away here. HX down by 4. He's got the drop on him, and he takes the first game.
That's 10-5.
Okay, this is a best of 5 series. You're gonna have to get first to 3. So two more rounds stand between Impaler.
What's the next
in
map?
Vegas.
Next map is Streets. Going back to Streets here.
There's no grapple shot on this map.
Now, I'm hoping whoever wins will come to the chat for an interview.
Mhm.
That'll be that in our Overwatch, after our Overwatch match. Do interview.
I'm sure he'd love to do it. Whoever it is.
We gotta hear what whoever the winner is. We gotta hear what he's got to say against going up against the champ. Now that his dream might be realized.
Impaler
Alright.
with a 6 killing spree on that last game, 6 to 3.
What was the damage?
Game just started up. Damage
The
was
damage was 29-28 by Impaler and 23-63 from HX.
that was 56% accuracy to Impaler, 46 to checks.
Yeah,
Both shot
really
the same
efficient
amount, too.
kills. That's why the difference there. When you're talking about most kills in that match, really being attributed to the energy sword, and very clean kills. You didn't have to shoot too much and do too much damage. Not a lot of.
It's kind of funny though. You look at the scoreboard stats there. That was 151 shots fired for each person. They had the
Wow.
exact same fire shots.
Impaler definitely hit his shots that game. For sure.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, he just used the equipment. He really hit his shots. See what happens here.
Yeah, it's nice to get to see them doing like some BR interaction too, and not just like only sword. So it's nice to see like both.
Impaler off with the first kill, going straight for those rocks.
This is map 2. Impaler's already up by 1 in a best of 5. Whoever wins
Taking
this
that
match
stock
will go against
rifle
our
out.
champ. Ooh, boy, there is some. There's some long
That soccer
range.
rifle can be deadly.
Yeah.
And the random nade out. That was a long distance nade.
Yeah, that one's gonna sting for HX, giving Impaler a 2-0 lead to start with the rockets in hand. Long range one shot
There's
is all
3-0.
it takes. 3-0 Impaler. Impaler might be a really formidable opponent for our reigning champ, Vegas Decepticon. Another long range rocket.
Wow, big kill
Does
for
not
Chex there.
get the kill. HX on the board, 1 to 3.
He's shocked
Chex
if,
pick up that shotgun now.
Chex doesn't grab the shotgun, yeah.
Constant attack is what's being called out. Need to constantly be aggressive, and just really get in the head of your opponent, I think. HX hiding, HX waiting. Impaler stalking. HX kinda waiting to see when Impaler's gonna show himself.
I don't think he has the intel yet, but I think he already knows
Impaler
that
knows
they're
where-
coming for the
where
rock.
HX is at.
Yep.
He's ready. He's ready to engage. He's got the rockets in hand. He throws it on the field, follows it up with the battle rifle.
One shot away.
Mm-hmm.
He did have Impaler down to almost absolutely no health. It was not registering. Oh, some splash damage. Big rocket kill, followed up again
Very
by
nice.
the battle rifle. Impaler has a 4-point lead here. It's 5-1. HX is still
saying that he's got
still
some
kind
great
of waiting.
commentary. Really appreciate that, Wigman.
Yeah, I appreciate you watching. Oh my!
Chex got the reversal there.
when the fight got close, it went to checks. Big fist to the face. Kind of a lunge too. It's kind of like a really put all his weight into it.
Oof.
Impaler takes that one long. Takes
That was
one at
another
range.
one
He's
shot.
now 6-2.
Hey, Core Shadow.
Hey, what's that? What
Got
is
that.
he interacting with there on the ground?
That was the thruster pop-up, and that timer was just showing that when the thrusters would spawn. I was just waiting for that to pick up.
Neato.
Yeah, it's a new thing in this game. Have the timers on, because I believe it's on the weapons as well, right?
Okay, a couple of shotgun
not
shots
sure.
come here on
There's
the
a
field.
bar for the weapons.
Grenade on the field. Nothing.
Checks is still full health.
Grenades only tournament coming soon.
Stickies only.
Streets
Oh yeah,
only.
that'd be even worse.
Streets only.
Streets-
Grenades
streets,
only.
Grenades.
Sweet sticky nades. All
That
the
sounds
all
like
the
a
grenades.
great
Everything.
Fiesta map right there.
Sweet sticky nades.
Yeah, we're gonna market that. We're gonna
What a
gonna make a
tournament
buck.
name.
Sweet sticky nades. Don't. Oh, you're getting.
I feel like that would be a
You're
great
good.
team name.
Right. Oh, you
Got
got
a
it.
rocket left.
Very good.
Is it the last rocket? Yeah, no, I still got one.
6-3, much closer fight than we had last round. Impaler is already up 1-0 in this best of 5. Oh my. Oh my, Impaler has no health. Impaler is running for himself. And he dies. He does to one shot. And
It's one of the things that the Impaler does so well. He
over
almost
his
got away
corpse.
there.
You know, some
think the Impaler does so well.
some friendly BM here, I think. These guys are both representing Team Fear.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Taylor
I'm sure
says
they're
if he
just
beats
happy to have a
Ajax, he will
chance
have
to
beaten
be
his
second.
entire team.
No, you figured on yourself.
Another point to Impaler. He's 7-4.
Rockets are up in about 10 seconds here.
Impaler playing very close to them, but HX has the high ground over him. He's moving on the map. He's being really unpredictable. He's getting all kinds of angles
There
on
we
him. and
go.
There it is. It paid off.
See how he used those nades to force him exactly where he wanted it. He put those nades on the left and pushed
He
him
had
right out to the right.
He had Impaler doing like a jump jive and whale there for a second. He did
Yeah.
not know
Yeah, I
what to
did.
do.
Gotta go play that map.
Is he hiding guns here on the map? Is that what he's doing? He's dropping guns and then coming back and getting them.
Maybe. It looks like he might be just keeping his own little stockpile here.
It's bunny hop bonanza over here. These two are like really trying to make it hard for the other to hit them.
Impaler's got the high ground on him though now.
And what's that red gun that he's got?
It's a semi-automatic sniper, Covenant Stalker. It is a
Multi-shot sniper?
Yep.
Well, that could be
Yeah, it's a tough gun to use,
devastating on this map here.
Yeah. Hard to get your shots right. I think it's like what, 5 shots to the body is a kill, or
Yeah.
no, something like that.
Impaler is sitting on a pretty lead right now. 2 points, 3 points away.
Nearing
Oh, big
shot.
long-range kill. Gets
Impaler
a
got
perfect
the
and
perfect.
marksman.
The snipers on these on this game are just are much more difficult than the previous Halos by a long shot.
It's pretty fascinating and exciting to watch a 1v1. 2, oh, he's gonna drop on him, big ass shot with the rockets to his back. He's 1 point away from being 2-0 in a best of 5. Ah, boy. Impaler's riding high right now. HX really needs to pull something here. I think he might have had the first shot. Oh, Impaler's down to no health. He needs to land another shot here. And he's
They
back
just
to
swapped
legal.
again. Impaler's high ground.
He's 1 point
Both of
away.
them got
He engages. Honestly, he engages it. He's still got a 4-point lead. If he loses, he needs to just run in. And he takes
Wow.
it there. He got aggressive.
and that's that thruster. Tell you
Yeah,
what.
and that goes back to the chat. What did he say? Constant attack. That's you keep on them. They don't know what to do. It's 2-0. He's one more game away from facing Vegas.
Chex was very close to turning that game.
Yeah,
Got
I
to,
think that was a very even
7-5.
fight. And Impaler just got on his groove, got in the zone, I think.
Next map's gonna be Live Fire, game 3.
Some stats.
No grapple shot on that game. That map either.
So they had 1 grenade kill from Impaler. He had 4 headshots, 1 melee kill, 2 power weapon kills. HX had 2 headshots, 1 melee kill, 1 power weapon. They both had really good accuracy, 55 and 47%.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
He's being efficient with the weapons. Like he's not taking a lot of opening shots. He's really trying to like line up the positioning and just only fire when it's time to fight.
yeah, and
Wow,
Taylor's doing like really good. Like,
What
they're
would-
definitely both living up to their team name here.
Mhm.
What was the damage?
Their damage dealt was 3261 from Impaler, and HX had 2695.
Impaler's letting us know that he forgot it was a best of 5, and he thought he had already won. So he's riding high right now. He's
That
he's
could
ready.
get in his head. That might get in his head. a
Yeah,
little bit.
don't get too
The
caught up.
emotional
that.
swing.
Yeah.
Like the football game last night. Or the football games.
Crazed Rock throwing the shade, saying there's a reverse sweep for Chex about to drop right now, and I think so too. I think Chex might have a chance for a big turnaround here.
Mhm.
I've been muted because I'm legit.
Yo, yeah, this is definitely a grab a drink type of tournament to watch here. This has been exciting, but the truth is that we are at match point.
Ooh,
Impaler
very
nice.
Where's
nice.
that
Kill.
snipe off?
Already 2-0 in this series. One more game takes him to the finals. HX needs a comeback here. Needs to rally.
Checks needs to pick up his heat wave.
That's right.
That's what it's at. It's right in the bottom mid
Take
right
it
now.
back to take it back to round 1 here.
The Impaler is so good at getting away. That's the one thing I remember from playing him. I had him one shot several times. He would just get away. And he'd turn around and do that.
2-0.
Well, on the other end of that, you gotta be really careful about chasing that kill or just staying where you were at because he can cycle right around back to you. So rotation is key when it comes to playing against a player like this.
Yep. Oh, he's got invis.
Ooh.
Jeez,
Yeah,
that sniper is in his pocket.
Impaler is on full alert. Is fully locked in on his way to victory here. Another shot across the yard.
That's a
That was
huge
a nice
snipe.
shot. Yeah,
4-0.
I mean, he's just showing us he's like good at everything. He's got like the strats, he's got the skill, he's good at controlling the map and being aggressive, getting away.
Yep.
And a really wide variety of weapons being picked up by our players tonight. I really think it's been really good to see, a lot of players that look like they have mastery over some of these unique power weapons.
Mhm. It's a nice little showcase for anybody who's just coming into Halo 2 to be watching this and seeing how a lot of these things can be used.
You go way back with Halo?
Competitively, I started playing around 4, but I played campaigns all the time, so I wasn't huge into multiplayer Halo. Again, I was a Call of Duty guy for the longest time.
Wow,
Got
And
the killing
absolutely-
spree quick scope.
And
What was that
absolutely,
even? That was no scope.
just
yeah, that was a no score.
takedown there. That was devastating. Okay, active camo is on. He's got him in his sights. He's ready to take another shot. He's up close now. Gets that one with a melee kill. 6-0. He says this
Think this might
victory
be
is mine.
skunked?
We have a chance of seeing a shutout. I don't think anybody's had this big of a lead yet.
There we go. That is
Straight
shutout.
check. Not gonna give the goose egg. Not gonna give it up. Not gonna give him the donut. On the board. Could be the big comeback.
You have to grab that sniper if you're him.
Yep. Just to get it away from him at least.
Yeah, I mean, him not having that.
Justina.
Impaler with another point here. 7-1 now.
And he's got that sniper back.
You know, if he
Just
keeps
saying he's
saying,
using that Modern Warfare 2 rifle, the intervention, that 50 cal. Exactly what it looks like right now.
Achex getting
dragging
a little bit
him
more
in.
aggressive. Hold up the nuclear. Keeping constant sight on him.
Missed 2 shots here.
I am gonna give the positioning to Impaler on this engagement. Yeah, he has a lot more diversity in where he can go. How can he change it up? But Mr. Achex does get the long range shot.
Still gets it, yep.
2-7 now, guys. This is the series is 2-0. We're at match point. Achex needs to win to stay in the series.
Taylor's going back for that. He's gonna try to get that sniper back.
He's
Achex
not
with
going down
a
without a
close
fade.
kill and clear it up. Let's go. Hey,
Got
Close
5
on the
rounds.
gap.
of
Invis with
sniper.
snipes.
this guy has ultra advantage right here.
You can see in this matchup, this game specifically, one person doesn't have sole map control, which is awesome. You can see that push and pull of the power.
Invis has run out for Achex, but he does have the first. I think he's got the first eye on him. Okay.
Taylor's got that,
Long range shots and
ooh.
does get it.
and he's going straight for that heat wave. No? There you go. There you go.
Okay,
Throw
Achex
right off
very
that map.
tactical, throwing
He wants that.
weapons
he
off
wants
the
that.
mat. So he says, you know, this is my territory.
This is
I
his
hold
gun
the
right
power.
here.
He's stalking through the yard.
Check's about to cash in right here.
Check's not gonna bounce.
Check's
Not
not
from
gonna
this
bounce.
tournament. He's gonna bounce on to the next round, is what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Long range advantage.
Wow.
goes
Taylor
to
got the long
Impaler.
range.
He wants to spin that check and bangs.
2 points away. Impaler about to clinch it here. He's got 4 points on top of him. Achex needs to get 6 points quick, with the quickness.
Real quick.
If he wants to get in here, because right now he's been shut out 2-0 in this series, best of 5. Impaler up. Achex looking to stay in. Okay, lots of random grenades.
You know,
coming out
Impaler
there.
wants to get that sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're both fighting over it. Okay,
Impaler did pick it up.
Impaler's got it, but Achex is on his trail. He's coming
Cannot
outside.
let
He's,
him
he's predicting that he's going to come outside. He's already got him in his sights.
Texas also got the main glitter in his pocket.
Pop that camo, dude.
Gotta burn it. There it is.
Stepping through the yard. Camo is on. He's been holding the needler, but he hasn't used it. Oh, long range shot. Okay, he's only down by 3 now.
You gonna throw that sniper off the map again?
There you go.
Hilarious.
I mean, I get it. I
Okay,
probably
Impaler
did
is
the
up
same.
by. Impaler's up by 2, or 3. He's 2 points away from victory here, moving on to the finals. But Achex is on one hell of a comeback. He's got the heat wave in hand. I think he's trying to pull him into this corner.
Oh,
Oh, an up close shot.
Did you see
to the
how high
face
he jumped
brings
with that
Impaler's
with
lead
that,
to 4.
The repulsor.
yeah, that's
He's gonna throw the heat wave off.
Oh.
A lot of love for Achex's play of throwing the snipe in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to take that away from Impaler. Impaler does have a 4-point lead. He's 1 point away from victory and going on to the finals. HX feels like he's being watched. Drop seal down on the field. Oh, and he still
There it
he
is.
still takes the shot to the dome, and Impaler moves on to the finals and face our grand champ Vegas. Wow. That's a 3-0 victory in our best of 5. Going to the Impaler, fought all the way through 20 opponents.
He agreed to an interview, by the way.
Awesome. Before we get him in here, can
27
we just
people
get some
cheering him on
F
as well.
Vegas in the chat here? Show him our
Yeah,
love.
can we get some GGs and can we get some hashtag F Vegas, because we need not forget what brings us here, and that is who will be second place to our reigning champ. That's right. This is state-run TV. We support our overlords, Vegas. We don't have a choice. We are merely workers here bringing you the facts. And speaking of the facts, can I get some stats on that last round? If possible.
I mean, it might be possible, I guess.
Zellini.
Since you asked so nicely.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was trying to get my controller back on.
Yeah, you're all good.
He had for Impaler, he had 7 headshot kills, 3 melee kills, and 3 power weapon kills. HX had 4 headshot kills, 1 melee kill, and then Impaler's accuracy was only 22%, and HX was 45%. And then the damage though actually was pretty close.
Very
Impaler
close.
had 2756 and HX had 2586.
And that just shows you the Impaler's ability to get away
Yeah.
when he's down to 1 shot. Impressive.
That was really
Really good at
exciting.
recovering.
I don't know how else to describe it. Like, that was like seeing athletes in their prime. I feel like I might have just gone to like a James Brown concert and like just been blown away like that. This match was insane. I've never ever seen Halo like played to this level, personally.
Yeah, great. Very good.
We need to pull Impaler in here. Get
I've
this
got some
man in
invites
here.
going to him.
Yeah, he was showing us like I was like someone else mentioned earlier, I didn't know about the whole like I knew they had timers on the abilities, but I didn't know if you actually looked on the grind, like it actually showed you when it came back. You just like watched the circle. So I thought that was really cool. And like him showing us like different ways he uses the abilities. It was really great.
But I do know
the power weapons tonight, like really like totally on display, and
Yeah.
dominating those power weapons just was the name of the game.
Here he is.
The man himself, congratulations. Need to consent to your audio on the Xbox menu. There you go. Welcome, man. Congratulations. A 3-0 sweep.
100%.
Everyone, man.
You are
Everyone
live.
hears you.
Yep, you're live.
You're talking to the masses, man. Address your fans.
As long as you included your audio.
Hey, let's make sure we hear your audio. We might not. I mean, in the Xbox menu, in the party, you gotta consent to it.
Are you on PC?
On the broadcast.
Got it, man. That's it.
Can
In
we
chat,
get
let us
chat
know
to
when you hear
confirm
'em.
you can hear me now?
Yeah.
It'll take a few seconds, but yeah.
Hello,
yeah, you
hello.
should be good now.
Yeah, we can hear you now. I'm
Test.
watching the stream.
Okay, awesome.
Perfect, dude. So you were saying, man, what did you have to do in this tournament? You had to fight every one of your teammates?
Yeah, so we have a couple teammates that warranted me in the series, but after playing ARPS, man, the next 3 opponents I had were all of my teammates. So I had to go through Crazed Rock, then Charmed, then Mr. Achex for the win. So I had to take out every single one of my teammates.
Would you say that Mr. HX gave you the biggest fight?
I definitely don't want to play favorites and compare people just out of respect for everybody.
Just in this tournament.
I do think
Crazed Rockgrave gave him a very good fight.
Yeah. So Crazed Rock, it started off a little unbalanced, but he brought it 10-9, and that was a game of 1. So that's really what it came down to. So I think in terms of just absolute score, Crazed Rock was the closest. But I think all 3 of them put up really strong opposition. I think even if the score was like lopsided in certain games, they were I'm trying like 100%. I'm using like all the cheesy tactics, all the equipment, all the weapons. Like that's the only way I was beating these guys, because they're really good.
All right. Hey, couple questions. You're on PC?
Yeah, I think I'm one of only 2 mouse and keyboard players in this tournament, so I was pretty excited to represent the mouse and keyboard crowd here. We're a very small group. I think we're like 10% of Halo, maybe less.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And can you get me inside your head? Because listen, man, I'm like a very low level Halo player. I just want to know like what you were thinking, like what was going through your head. What was like overall? Did you have an overall game plan for this tournament?
Yeah, so every map has like obviously the main power weapons, which would be either the sword, sniper, or rockets, and kind of the whole game is definitely going to revolve around those spawns. But secondary to that, there's a couple secondary powerful weapons like the shotgun and the Ravager and the shock rifle. Like there's a couple like that where you can use those to kind of tilt it in your favor if you don't have the power weapon, or if he's got all of the equipment like the speed boost or the grapple hook, and you really just kind of got to use everything. There's a couple times where he had me locked into a corner in the first couple games where I had to use plasma grenades. It was like the only thing that I had because he was going to rush me with the sword, and like you really kind of got to stretch out every little inch of space that you got against these guys.
Yeah, we were kind of blown away by how you and HX were like really scrapping and fighting over some of the power weapens. For one thing, HX kept throwing the sniper off of me. Was he trying to take a hit at you?
Yeah, so I think his interpretation there was, he can definitely get some kills with it, but if he dies and loses it to me, that he's worried I'm gonna do more because I was hitting a couple nice shots on him. He definitely wrecked me on one where I just missed like 5 shots in a row, and then he just BR'd me from across the map. But other than that, I was really hitting my shots. This was a very long range tournament, man. Like I don't know if you realize that, but both matches.
Grapple sword play.
Recharge was a very close game.
Yeah, you guys wanted to fight at range because otherwise it was going to be all swords to the dome and just punched to death relentlessly. You guys wanted to fight at long range. Do you usually play a range, or because the chat's asking me to ask you about your sniper play?
So with regard to the sniper is one of the angles where mouse and keyboard actually, I think, has a superior stance to controller. Like we can do like 180-degree flicks and stuff like that, and we can turn super quickly. And I think that
mouse and keyboard sounds like somebody you want to have on your team, bro.
Yeah. There is a flip side to it though, where anytime I was trying to take the fair battle rifle fights with these guys, there's just no beating good controller players at a fair fight. So every game I was trying at least twice to take them on. I think I was like 1 for 6 against my 3 controller teammates. There was no way I was beating them at the BR fights.
Wow. Can I also pose a question to you from the chat from your opponent?
Absolutely.
question is basically, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but how dare you?
Are you sure you're not paraphrasing a lot?
He asked he asked about the why you had to do him like that with the mangler on live fire.
Yeah, honestly, that was probably the best I've ever played with the Mangler. It has a crazy drop and a really weird reticle, and there was a couple times where I hit the 2-shot to switch to the battle rifle, and it's kind of like a known pro combo that I've been trying to teach myself to do. And if you really want to make it as optimized as possible, you actually drop your Mauler, the Ravager. I have a button-bound F to just drop the gun. And
You
that
got
shape-
lots of buttons that you can throw in on him, man. You got a big advantage with that.
It shaves off like just a fraction of a second, and when these guys are 4-shotting me, I need that fraction of a second.
The range on that gun is ridiculous, though, for as small as it is.
Yeah, it's definitely not supposed to be used at the range that I was using it at. That's not its that's not its intended range, but they can't.
It works.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was honestly an amazing tournament. Thanks to you guys for running it. I am just like over the moon for being casted. I just think that's the coolest thing in the world.
Well, you better come
totally.
down off of your cloud, because you got to go up against the champ here, bro.
I'm definitely
What's
definitely
going
gonna
on in your head right now? This tournament ain't over. You still got
these
one
fear
more.
people, that was all just cheese compared to the champs. is what I
Yeah,
heard.
it's time to go
That's
against.
all I can say
This
from
is the
who?
big leagues, sir.
Well, the first thing that I'm gonna have to do is rewatch these games on once you guys post it to YouTube. I'm gonna be excited to check that out. See the commentary.
watched
see,
his
see how it
stream?
looked.
Have you
I
paid
don't
your
have.
respects to Vegas and by watching his stream yet?
I between games I turn on Bronze Taco Gaming, but no, I don't have Vegas' stream on right now.
Well, you're awesome,
Definitely
man.
gotta go
We
check it out.
appreciate you participating
Yeah, we're
and
glad
being
that
in
we
our
found
server,
fear.
man.
Yeah,
I'm so happy you're here.
I'm super excited to play Vegas. We've been trash talking a little bit, and there's nothing better than a little
Not
bit of
my
trash
champ.
talk. So
He speaks no trash. He speaks only facts, man. You are
I'm
currently
ready for
fighting
the banter.
to prove
Yes.
your worth of second place. Is in his words, more or less. You are fighting for the worthiness to go against the champ, and if you were to win, could you tell us what the world might see after your victory? How might things change around here?
one can only guess what it looks like from Vegas' perspective right now. It must just look like absolute heaven from the clouds, and I'm really looking forward to dethroning him.
The message is clear, everyone. The Impaler is here, and he's ready to
Coming in
knock
hot.
Vegas down off the high
He's
the high
coming to
perch.
you.
I heard him
Vegas.
say it. Write it down. I heard him say he's here. He's here to take
Now-
on Vegas.
The real question is, does Impaler have his own throne he's gonna be erecting in its place?
Yeah, who's going to take out Impaler next?
Okay, listen. If people want to know if you're gonna be a benevolent and caring champ, or if you're gonna be a heel, they can't take any more twists and
Suspense.
turns. They need to know who they can trust.
Well,
Apparently, you
listen,
have to be one or the other.
But listen, once I'm in charge, things are gonna have some changes. The way Vegas has been running things is not okay. I'm a man of the people.
Shade,
I'm gonna
shade being thrown.
I'm going to make hashtag F Vegas our national anthem. And
He's gonna
and it must be
he's
said
gonna compose a
before every
song
game.
denouncing the current leadership, and he's going to take over the throne and bring change to the world. Your finals champion, Impaler. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. This was an absolute blast.
Big shout
Absolutely.
out to Team Fear, man. Like you guys threw down in this tournament.
Thanks, man. And yeah, we're looking forward to the rest of the tournaments as well. Team Fear is going to be showing up for your guys 4-on-4 tournament as well.
Awesome.
What about the all grenades tournament that I proposed during the stream? You might not have heard it, or you may. I don't know.
No, I
what
think
do you
it's,
think about that?
I will join probably any tournament that you guys do, but that sounds like absolute hell.
Come on down. Join the Discord. Like,
what if we do a 2v2? Who are you gonna take with you?
Ooh.
I've got a lot of potential partners for that. I don't know.
A true
how
man
to
of the
choose
people.
That. Yeah, I'd have to raffle off that lofty position of being my 2v2 partner.
Gonna have to try
I
it.
might tell you more about who he doesn't want to go against as well.
That is very true as well.
doesn't want to give up his strategy. It's very smart for potential upcoming leadership around here.
Yep, I've definitely been playing with a lot of Team Fear, and there's a couple Team Fear players that weren't in this 1v1 tournament either. Some of our we have 6 or 7 members, so lots of people. Hopefully, all of us join and we all fight each other.
That sounds awesome to me. All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I think we should maybe give one more rundown of what Bronze Tacos is before we go.
Sure. Final.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a community to meet people, improve your gameplay, have a good time, maybe fight for the championship of whatever game you're playing. We got Overwatch leagues, we've got Halo leagues, we've got Halo 1v1 tournaments. A lot of people want to throw down in Yu-Gi-Oh! Not gonna lie, we got Smash Brothers, we got Mario Kart, we got all that. Come on down, Bronze Tacos. Link is gonna be in the chat. It's turning into like a mattress commercial all of a sudden, but that's the type of vibe.
The come on
Whatever you want,
down
we got
just
it.
kind of took it to another level.
Come on down. We got the best prices in town.
But I appreciate everybody watching. There was almost 30 people here cheering everybody on. You guys in the chat were awesome. We got some subscribers tonight. It's been a good time. And thank you Malt, putting all of this together, being able to figure out how to run a spreadsheet with the bracket. That's some big stuff, man. That takes some know-how. And
Also,
appreciate it.
Impaler, you got to make sure you the server, go to the channel and vote for Taco of the Month, or put your name in for it.
Oh,
'Cause if you take that from Vegas as well,
how does one put their name in the ring for Taco of the Month?
There's
you
a
push a
channel.
button, bro.
Channel access?
it's called
Giveaways.
No, it's called Giveaway Taco of the Month.
Giveaway.
Or
I'll
just emote on the
I'll take
correct
a
one.
look for it.
And then
Yeah.
you just emote that post, and it'll randomly pick somebody to be.
Then all he'll have is what was that? Uno champion.
When's the
All left
final
those
against
name?
Vegas? That's the burning question that's been asked in the chat that we definitely need to answer. Is the date tentative for about a week from now, or are we gonna see where it's at in a week? And-
We're aiming for next week. Right now, we just got to
Okay.
make sure our champion's at full strength here. But
we need to get the
we're shooting
permits.
for next
we
week.
need to get the catering. We need to line up the red carpet for Vegas in his triumphant return. And
You know how
his-
hard it is to hand etch a bust 6 foot tall
Yeah,
in his honor.
He's got me making a mosaic of him giving the middle finger to all of the peasants around the nation right now, and saying, "How dare you even consider trying to take this title from me?"
I'll show up in a beat-up old car, and he'll pull up in a stretched Hummer, and it'll just the music will be blaring, lights flashing from the inside.
Big words coming from our incoming opponent to go against our champ, the Impaler versus Vegas in the finale of the #FVegas Halo Bronze Tacos Championship. Thanks for tuning in. We'll go ahead and end it there.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
You
thank
guys
you guys
did a
for
great
watching.
job.
Thank you guys for casting, playing, everybody.
That's
Thank
fun.
you.